What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's lesson we'll be learning how to design a very simple login page. See you guys. Welcome back, guys. So this is what we'll be doing today. This simple login page. We have the name, username, password, and then with some cool hover effects for the button, as you can see. So it's a pretty straightforward one, and so let's get started. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go to pixels.com. all right, so right here we'll type cleaning services or cleaning service, and then we'll scroll down and see if we can get some perfect image. So I'm looking for what I used in the sample, so I'll scroll down and yeah, this. So I'll come to this place and then I'll make sure that I select custom. That will be 1200 by 1200, and then I'm going to download this. So this is what we'll be using for the right column. Okay, so once this is done, I'm going to cut it and then go to our folder. Okay, and then I'll paste this inside the images folder. All right, and then I'll change the name to BG. That will be like background. And then in the same folder, I'll head straight to the index file, and I'm going to open this in brackets. So this is the basic structure of our HTML page. Okay, so we have the head, the body, and everything. So let's kickstart by creating the main container for the whole page. So that will be div, and then I'm going to give it an ID of wrapper. Okay, so in the sample you can see we have I will just close this. We have two different columns. Okay, so I'm going to create two different columns. So for that we'll have section, create a class. So inside that I'll have column 1. Okay, and then I'll copy this and then come down, and then I'll change this to column 2. Okay, so inside the column 1, okay, we'll have this form inside. Okay, so I'm going to create a form with the tag form. Sorry. So inside the form we'll have the heading, let's say the name of our company. So welcome to Reclaim. All right, and then down I'm going to have the label. You know what, I think this should be out of the form. Okay, so inside this we have the header and then we have the form. So I'll start by creating the label. Okay, label, and this will be for username, so login name or username, whatever you can call it. And then I'm going to break this. Okay, and we'll have the input. Okay. Input, and then the type will be text. Have the text inside, and then I'll give it a placeholder. So in the placeholder we'll have like, please enter your name, please enter name, yeah, or whatever. And then I'm going to close this. All right, and then I'm going to break it again. I'll give 2. Okay, so the next thing will be for the password. Yeah, so we'll have another label. Okay, then we'll have password. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll copy this whole thing just to save time, the input, and then paste this here, and then I'll copy this as well, and then I'm going to paste this also here. So the type will be password, because we don't want it to show when the user is entering it. So we'll have here, please enter password. Okay, so we have the 2 input field, and then we're going to put one more thing for, let's say the user forgets the password. Okay, so I'll break this, and then we'll have the tag small. Okay, inside this we'll have the question, forgot password, as we normally see in most login pages. All right, then I'm going to break this. I'll copy this again, copy this, and I'll break it down. And then the next thing we'll have is the submit button. So button, so inside I'll put type, and then button, then we have submit. And one more thing, in case the person wants to sign up, the person doesn't have an account and wants to sign up, so we'll have this here, don't have account, question mark, and then inside of this paragraph tag I'll put in a span as well. So this will be for sign up. Okay, so that's it for the HTML part. You can see it's very simple and straightforward. If I save this and then I go and open, see, so this is what we have now. So we'll be moving to the CSS to style this page so we can have something beautiful like this. Okay, so let's head straight to our CSS file. Okay, so we have this predefined style. So I'm going to start with the wrapper, which is the ID, the main thing we have. Okay, hash wrapper, and what I'll do is the display is going to be flex. Okay, flex, and then the height, I want it to cover the whole page, so 100 VH, and then the minimum height will be, let's say, 700 px. Okay, and then I'm going to style the first column, so copy this and then dot. So we'll have like a kind of blue background for this, so background color is going to be this code 157 CFC. Okay, and then the width is going to be 50%. Okay, and then display as well will be flex. I want everything to be at the center of this page, so align items will be center. Okay, and then justify content also will be center. Okay, and then I'll style the second column also, the background. So this will be 2. Okay, so we have background image, and then we have the URL, okay, images, and then BG. Okay, and then the background size will be cover, background size will be cover. Okay, and then the width of this is also going to be 50%, and display for now will be blocked because we'll be hiding this section on mobile devices. So if I save this and go back to the page and reload, as you can see, we have this now. So we are getting there. So the next thing we'll do is to focus on this section, which is the form, and make sure we get something like this for the form. So we'll go to the CSS, and then we'll start with the login. I think I've missed one more thing. So let's create, inside of this, let's create another section for the form. So we'll have session, okay, class of login. Okay, so I'm going to copy this whole thing, cut, and then I'll paste it inside this. Okay, so we have the first column, then we have this section, which is the login, and then we have the form inside. Okay, so I'll copy this class name and then go to the CSS. So .login, and then the background is going to be white. Okay, and the width of this will be 50%. Okay, then height will be auto, and then I'll give it a border radius. So border radius will be, let's say, 10 px. Okay, and then inside we'll have some padding as well. So for the padding we'll have, like, let's say 3 em by 1 em. So we have the top and the bottom, and then left and right em. Okay, so next thing will be the h3 inside. The h3, so for that we have the color. We use the same blue that we use here. Okay, so I'll just copy and paste, and then text align will be center. Okay, and then the font size will be 2 em, and then the font weight will be 600, yeah. Okay, I'll save this, and then as you can see, we are almost getting there. So let's now work on the form. So for the form, we'll have, since it's the tag itself, no need to put the dot. So it will be 80%, the weight will be 80% of this login container. So 80%, and then the margin 0, and then auto. Okay, that's it for the form. And then we move to the input. So for the input, the weight will be 100%. And then the border radius will be 5px. Okay. And then the font size will be 1 em. And then the border for the form will have solid 1, the size will be 1. And then we'll have RGBA. I want it to be light, not black, but light, so we'll reduce the opacity. So 0.3. Okay. Yeah. And then the padding will have 10px all over. Okay. And then we'll move to the small section. Okay. And then I'm going to float this to the right because I want it to be at the right side. And then the font size will be 0.9 em. And then the color is going to be red color. And then the padding top will be 0.8 em. Yeah. So I'll save this and then we'll see what we have so far. Yeah. So we are slowly getting there. So now we need to work on this button as well. So what we'll do is we'll go to button, and then the background color will be the same as this, the blue. So I'll copy this and then have this. Border radius will be 5px. Okay. And then the color for the text inside the button will be white. And then the width will be 100%. And padding inside will be 15px. Okay, and then border will be none. We don't want any border around it. And then the font size will be 1.1 em. Okay. And then this is going to be for the animation, the hover animation. So transition will have 0.5 seconds. And then once you hover on the button, as you can see in the sample, once you hover, the button goes up and then comes back down. So to do that, we'll have button on hover, then transform. Okay. And then we'll translate y to -6px. Okay, and then once you hover on it, it will show as a pointer. I'll save this and then go back to the page, reload. Yeah. So yes, we now have to work on this now. So what I'll do is for the paragraph P, I'm going to, the text align will be center. center, and then the font size will be 1 EM, and then we'll have a little margin on top, so margin top, we have 1 EM. Okay, so the next thing we'll go is to work on the span. So P and then span. So the color will be the blue that we are using. So I'll just copy this. And then yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, so as you can see, we have this. So perfect. Okay. So I think this is a little close, so I'll just put some little margin bottom 1.5 EM. And this is too much, we'll make it 1. Yeah, so this is what we have for the desktop. Okay, enter your name and then the password, and then we have the hover. So as you can see, this is not responsive. Okay, so the goal is to make this responsive as well. So we will now do the responsive design for tablets and then for mobile as well. So let's go to the CSS and then we'll create the media queries. So we'll have for the tablet, so at media, max width will be 1204 px. Okay, so now let's do the design for the tablet. It's going to be pretty straightforward. So for that, we'll need to change the background for the first column, which is this. So I'll copy this and then come down. So I'm going to have a background image with a gradient on it so that we can see the form. So to do that, we'll create inside of this media query, we'll have background image. Okay, and then we'll have linear gradient. So in that we'll have to bottom, so the gradient will come from the bottom, and then comma, and then I'll have the colors inside, RGBA. Okay, so 245 and then 246 and then 252, and then we need to reduce the opacity, so we'll have 0.52, and then the second color for the gradient will be RGBA, have the brackets, and that will have 21, 124, 525, and then the opacity will be 0.73. Okay, and then we'll bring the comma after this. So this is for the gradient. So now as you can see, if I hover, the gradient is showing. So now let's add the image. So for that we'll have URL. Inside we'll have image, and then what I'll do is here, URL, then dot images, and then we'll have the bg dot jpg. And then the background size will be cover. Okay, and then the width now will be 100%. Okay, so if I save this, and then one more thing, I'm going to hide the second column. So this display will be none. Okay, so that's it for tablet. So let's move to the mobile version. So I'll copy this media query, then I'll come outside of the tablet media query, I'll paste this, and then I'll change this to 720. Okay, create this bracket, and then for the login, okay, I'm going to change the width to 90%. Okay, the height will be auto, and then the padding is also going to change to, let's say, 2 em top and down, and then the left and right 0.3 em. Okay, and then the next thing is we'll reduce the font size. So login H3, the font size will be 1.5 em. Yes, so I'll save and then come reload the page. So this is what we'll have for the desktop, and then if you go to the mobile, see, so this is how it will come for tablet. See the background image. So I think we can still increase the login little. So I'll copy this inside the tablet. We'll make the width, let's say, 75%. Yeah, so depends on what you want. So this is the design we have for the tablet, and then once you switch to mobile device, let's say iPhone 12, this is here. Very perfect. Yeah, so this is how you create a simple login page. This is the mobile view, tablets, and then the desktop. It's a very responsive site, you can see. So yeah, that's it for today's lesson. If you have any question or comments, please leave it in the comment section below. And then please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video with your friends. I'll see you guys soon with another tutorials. Peace out.